Hello and welcome back to Rimworld. If you're a new viewer or a subscriber who hasn't watched Rimworld yet, I'll just let you know what this series kind of is. It's very much laid back and relaxed because that's the way I find Rimworld is. So I'm just gonna be kind of rambling on like I always do, but with not quite as much energy as I do in the other videos. And you might get a bit of smooth jazz in the background. You'll get something here that's nice and relaxing. I'm feeling pretty under the weather today, so it might be even a little more laid back than usual and be more of a podcast kind of thing almost, because my brain power is just not all here. And I tried to sit down and plan what I'm going to do for this session in Rimworld, but honestly, it just wasn't happening. I'm going to get started with a couple little things. I've noticed there are these two boom rats up here. I'm not happy about that, so they're going to have to go. There's a lot of wood just hanging around the place, 800 in fact just there, and there's probably more elsewhere. And I am going to block off this little bit here, just to make sure people are funneled into the mud, because I'm not happy with this. It's not a solid defense, it's more of a fire break if anything. But that's the plan for today. We'll see how long that takes, and my current state might be a while. So, settle back, settle in, and get ready for a nice, relaxing Rimworld session. I was watching a video of one of my subs, Noodles Ahoy. You know, you might be watching this right now, and if you've seen my videos, you might see he and I chatting in the comments, because he plays Rimworld too. And he had a video, well he still has, a video on his channel about Uno. And yesterday I was thinking about it. And I loved Uno growing up. I used to play at lunch just all the time in middle school, and we had like 4 Uno decks, and we'd make mega decks and have all these fun rules and stuff to go with it. But it got me thinking, what if Uno was in Rimworld? Because right now, I have just here these 2 little wooden horseshoe pins, and those are a joy source. But if I open up the architect, and I'll just pause it because I've got some guys drafted. In the joy section, you have horseshoe pins, chess tables, billiards table, or a pool table, and a poker table. But I was thinking, what if you had an Uno table? Because you can have social fights in this game that, you know, one colonist will insult another, and they'll get into a fist fight. We've actually had that happen on one of my videos. And I was just thinking, if Uno is in the game, that's a colony ender right there. You know, forget rampaging boomalope herds. Just get some Uno and you're gonna wipe yourself out. I give it 6-7 days, we'll give it a week before the Uno battles just descend into complete and utter chaos, and there you go. Your Rimworld story comes to an end. But I've been excited to play Uno, thinking about that. It's been on the list anyway, but that kind of funny little thought really had me excited for it. And some naked person has just dropped down in an escape pod. Oh, they are bleeding a bit, so they might need some rescuing. Now let's just see, they're 44, which is pretty old. I can be quite selective in who I allow into my colony. If you're older, every year you have a birthday, and after a certain age, I think you get a chance at a disease. And that can be like asthma or something else. So having someone old can actually be debilitating. But Clara Rochas? Oh god, she's got a name that I'm gonna butcher if I try to pronounce it. A music lover, a colony settler. These give them skills. She's very neurotic and has bloodlust. So they're very neurotic. Her global work speed is plus 40%, but her mental break threshold is plus 14%. That's not great. So at 19%, she can have an extreme break. Oh, and 49, she can have a minor break, so we'd have to be keeping her happy. But now, let's see, she's artistic and very much likes art. Good at mining and likes it, growing construction. Oh, we may have a winner here. Well, What I'm gonna do is I'm not simply gonna rescue her, because if you do that, you know, you'll put him in the hospital, heal him up. They'll just wander off. They'll just leave, no thanks at all. So, what I'm gonna do is put down a temporary sleeping spot in this absolutely filthy prison. There we go, we'll put it by the door. And I'm actually gonna capture her. Now, as always, it's been a little while since I've played, so I've forgotten what everyone does. But Rosa is indeed my medic. So I'm going to get Lauer to capture Clara. Let's just check. Yeah, Clara, that's the... I'm saying that right, it's not Kiara. And I'll unpause it here so she can go and do that. And everyone else is just kind of beavering away. We do have that dead boom rat, and there we go, Chef's cutting it up. We still have a multitude of potatoes, probably not enough to get through the winter. You know, last time I said it probably was, but no, I don't think so anymore. And there's Clara captured, so I am going to get Rosa to go and tend to her. And I'm going to unlock the herbal medicine for this. There we go, tend to her. And Chef, he's just going off to sleep. I'm going to draft him and send him to the prison. I'm going to lock the door and undraft him. And he should, yeah, he does have cleaning. It's level 3 for him. But now that he's locked in here, the only task he really can do is clean. So after he eats, he's going to pass out. Oh, that didn't go too well, did it? Oh, alright. I'm just gonna manually get him to clean the room. And there we go. Chef, you can wake up and go to bed. Oh, I think he tracked some dirt. No, he didn't. I'm insane. The room is still slightly dirty. Whatever, that's probably from Clara actually bleeding. And Rosa is on the way. Good. So I am going to try and recruit her. That's why I captured her, like I explained. Ooh, and it's a bit chilly in there, and she, I don't think, has any clothes. Let's just check this. Okay, brain. Oh, I already have some brain slips when I play games and talk at the same time, so yeah, she's completely naked. We do need to get a heater in there. I'm just gonna open these up. Forgot to do that before I started recording. Now, how many components do I have? 12. But we're using quite a few to build heaters in our colonists' areas. But I'm going to prioritize the prison. Oh, I didn't quite select Lauer. I'll get her prioritizing that because I don't want her to freeze to death. She is already in hypothermia. I don't want that getting any worse, and that'll make her healing much slower, as far as I'm aware. But while Lauer is doing that, let's just get some wooden walls here, and we can't build on the mud. And I don't need to make that double thick. It's just to kind of push people into the mud, not to actually completely block them off. And I could do it down there. I don't think I will, because if they do hug this wall and come up here, they'll be met by gunfire and will likely react immediately to it, as opposed to following the wall. I take it back. I may as well just play it safe. And... oh, whatever, I'll leave it there. There we go. This is set to 21 degrees. I'm going to set that down to 15. If you have it very high, it does use more power. But 15 is just... it's a nice, comfortable number for me. Oh. So I talked about this last recording session. Some sort of psychic wave has swept over the landscape. Your colonists are okay, but it seems many of the squirrels in the area have been driven insane. There's one right there, he's gone bonkers, maddened with Manhunter. So I'm gonna just draft everyone for this. And where will I have them? I will put them down in the mud, because a squirrel is too light to really set off a deadfall trap, and I've just noticed I've got to reset a few of those. I'll put these on auto rearm. So in the future they'll do that automatically. That's why I hunted the boomalope in the, I think that was the latest video. It's fuzzy in my memory, everything's fuzzy in my brain right now. But that's why I've done that, because they do sometimes have a psychic wave take over the entire map. I don't think Chef can outrun a squirrel, but he can shoot it blank right in the face. So I'm going to stand in the mud because that'll slow down their movement. A sandbag isn't really going to help much against squirrels because squirrels don't shoot. But I'll wait here for a little bit and just see if the squirrels come to me. So I've just noticed the squirrels are actually running around in my colony. So they've just come to the home area to try and look for us. I will have to move up and meet them. Oh, that squirrel, is he coming down? Nah, Midori's just hanging out. Doesn't care. Doesn't care. Oh. Alright, here we go. We're close enough to shoot now. They haven't quite locked onto us. Oh, that one has. Has he? Oh, there we go. Oh, hit with a club. Oh boy. Yeah, Rosa just crushed that little fella. Oh, there's another gone. And there's number 4. He's just been injured. She actually, now when she recovers, if she does, she will actually not be maddened anymore. But I'm gonna shoot her. Because food is food. So I will get them to just haul these immediately. Don't want them sitting outside spoiling, though it is cold enough that they're actually refrigerated. Put that back on 3 times speed. That was pretty lucky that it was just squirrels. Squirrels aren't a big deal. Now what's going on here? These stockpiles are not connected because it had that wall up. So let's just drag across the whole thing. Oh my. Let's just delete the existing stockpiles. And now drag across. There we go. And I'll just double check. All looks good. Back to 3 times speed. Now I have no steel by the looks of things. No, I don't have any at all. But Laura should be going around at night tearing buildings up, yeah. She's already done a bit of work down here. Potentially. I can't really see it by much. But hopefully she starts with this steel building. Because I do want to fix those cords. And I'll just get it so that Clara... Let's check. A 64% recruitment difficulty. Let's chat and recruit. Oh, Val's really going about. Is he a night owl? No, he's just a psychopath. Well, I will also put him on chat and recruit. He's a 94% difficulty, so he'll be a bit tougher of a nut to crack. And there's Laura, playing horseshoes, wishing it was Uno. But I got a little sidetracked. At the beginning I said this would be kind of podcasty because I didn't really know where my energy would fall and how much I'd actually be able to keep up with. But I seem to be doing okay. So, my plan for the future is to mainly exist down here. This will largely be a housing area. Oh, sorry, I've just been interrupted by research. Machining. Build machining tables to craft guns and machinery or disassemble dead mechanoids. Sounds good. That's another work type, so I like to research them first. Oh, and we've got bricks going here. Very nice. But my plan is to mainly live down here, having the housing down here. And also there'll be metalworking, stoneworking, that sort of thing. And then the kitchen will be close to the farm. And that's just so that, you know, you've got to bring the food from the farm into the kitchen to cook it. And then I'll have the tailoring near the kitchen because that's where you butcher the animals for hide. So that'll hopefully keep the flow nice and efficient. Let's just put that back on 3 times. And down here, because this will all be moved eventually, this could be a livestock area. So we'll have the very rich soil, or just the rich soil, just very good soil, as the farming and the livestock. And is there a raccoon? I thought I saw a raccoon. Yeah! Little trash panda up there. Lizzie, gunning like a madman. Madwoman. Well, I'm gonna delete these tree zones. Bloody hell. I don't know what compelled me to build them. It was... oh, I'd been recording for a while at that point, and I just lost my mind slightly. But I'm gonna build this wall up a little more. I'm doing it just a teeny bit at a time, because if I do multiple layers, then it blocks off the back and it just doesn't get done. So I'm setting it up in a way where everything is accessible, so nothing gets left behind. That looks good, and then we'll probably do another one up there. The bottom looks decently thick. That's just to keep sappers out. Lizzie is bringing this wood in, still got a lot more out here. I'm just gonna check that, good, no one is restricted to the home area. And while I'm here, let me just assign them to all fight instead of flee. So that if a mad animal comes up to them, instead of running, they'll turn and shoot it or smash it in the face with a club. Like the case of Rosa. Yeah, she's our clubber. Ooh, a rice plant died because of the cold. Oh no. So it's not quite winter, but it's -12 Celsius outside and the rice isn't surviving. Damn. That's dying pretty quickly, I think. Yeah, it grows slower if it's not the correct temperature, so even though it was a short growth time, with the temperature it made it much longer and not viable. That's a shame. We do have quite a lot of potatoes, and if the winter is harsh we can always hunt. Hopefully some animals will stick around for us. With that said, actually, I might order some hunting. Currently I'm only killing the small critters that work their way into my colony, but I could go on some excursions to hunt. Ooh, hypothermia. Who is that? That's Chef. What's going on, Chef? Serious hypothermia, oh my goodness. Right, because we've run out of steel, we haven't been able to finish the heaters. Good, those are now 15 degrees Celsius. Well, I'm sure he'll survive today. And he can always go and stand inside there, someone's bedroom, to warm himself up. Oh my goodness, we've got quite a few things over here. Tattered apparel, minor break risk. Colonist needs treatment. Oh, Chef. What's happening? Oh, he's getting frostbite. My goodness, Chef. You, sir, need to stand in the warm room. Oh, bloody hell, there's a raid.